Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
वो बीएससी में करते हैं, आप सीनियर नेता हैं। हर्षवर्धन जी।
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. I have briefed this August House on two earlier occasions, once in February and again in March this year on the COVID pandemic. I would again like to brief the honorable members on the current situation of COVID-19 pandemic and the actions taken by the Government of India. Since my last briefing, the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic and asked all countries to take urgent and aggressive action against this public health crisis. As on 11th September 2020, 215 countries / territories worldwide are affected. As per WHO, there are more than 2.79 crore confirmed cases across the world, with more than 9.05 lakh deaths, with a case fatality rate of 3.2%. As on 11th September 2020, a total of 45,62,414 confirmed cases and 76,271 deaths, with a case fatality rate of 1.67% have been reported in India. As many as 35,42,663, that is 77.65% cases have recovered. The maximum cases and deaths have been primarily reported from Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, West Bengal, Bihar, Telangana, Odisha, Assam, Kerala and Gujarat. All these states have reported more than 1 lakh cases. With our endeavor to manage COVID-19 through a whole of government and whole of society approach, India has been able to limit its cases and deaths per million to 3,328 cases per million and 55 deaths per million population respectively, which is one of the lowest in the world as compared to similarly affected countries. Many of the epidemiological parameters such as mode of transmission, subclinical infection, period of virus shedding, role of immunity, etc. are still being researched. Once a person is exposed to the infection, the disease may develop any time between 1 to 14 days. The main symptoms of COVID are fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing. In our country, about 92% of the cases.
माननीय मंत्री जी, आपका वक्तव्य बहुत लंबा है, सदन भी सहमत है। आपके वक्तव्यों को हम लेकर आ देते हैं, सबको बांट देंगे। कोई उसकी जो मुख्य बातें बोलकर और लेकर आ देते हैं, क्यों?
Sir, I feel that this is a very important issue, and each and every member should be apprised, and I think they should have.
नहीं, आपका पूरा भाषण सबको बांट देंगे, आप मुख्य बातें बोल दें इसमें से।
Sir, I think I will try to finish in 10 to 15 minutes, sir. You have given so much of time for other things also. Many of the epidemiological parameters such as mode of transmission, subclinical infection, period of virus shedding, role of immunity, etc. are still being researched. Once a person is exposed to the infection, the disease may develop any time between 1 to 14 days. The main symptoms of COVID are fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing. In our country, About 92% of the cases are reported to be having mild disease. In only about 5.8% of cases where oxygen therapy is required and the disease may be severe enough to require intensive care, so only in about 1.7% cases. The increasing magnitude of this outbreak in India called for a preemptive, proactive, graded and whole of government, whole of society approach built around a comprehensive strategy to prevent infections, save lives and minimize impact. The Government of India undertook the COVID-19 challenge with the highest level of political commitment. The nationwide lockdown, a bold decision undertaken by the government, duly involving community, initiated as self-imposed Janata curfew as per the call given by the Honorable Prime Minister, is testimony to the fact that India has collectively stood up to manage COVID-19 and successfully blunted the aggressive progression of COVID. It has been estimated that this decision prevented approximately 14 to 29 lakh cases and 37 to 78,000 deaths. Further, these 4 months were utilized to create additional health infrastructure, enhance human resource, and produce within India critical elements such as PPEs and 95 masks and ventilators. A case in point is the increase in dedicated isolation beds, 36.3 times, and dedicated ICU beds above 24.6 times to what existed in March 2020. Whereas there was no indigenous manufacturing of PPE with the requisite standards at that point in time, we are now self-sufficient and in a position to even export the same. On behalf of our countrymen, I take this opportunity to congratulate our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, who personally continues to monitor the situation and provided his leadership. Government of India has initiated a series of actions to prevent entry of the disease and contain it. I am daily reviewing the situation. Honorable Prime Minister himself has interacted with the Chief Ministers of all states and UT administrations and all stakeholders to regularly understand issues and collaborate with the states for effective COVID management. Group of ministers under my chairmanship consisting of Minister of External Affairs, Minister of Civil Aviation, and Minister of State for Home Affairs, Minister of State for Shipping, and Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare have met 20 times since its inception on 3rd Feb 2020. Committee of Secretaries under Cabinet Secretary has taken regular reviews with all related ministries of Health, Defence, Ministry of External Affairs, Civil Aviation, Home, Textiles, Pharma, Commerce, and other officials, including with the State Chief Secretaries. Under the overall guidance of Honorable Prime Minister, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India has constituted 11 empowered groups on 29th March 2020 on different aspects of COVID-19 management in the country to take informed decisions on issues ranging from medical emergency planning, availability of hospitals, isolation and quarantine facility, disease surveillance and testing, ensuring availability of essential medical equipment, augmenting human resource and capacity building, supply chain and logistic management, coordination with private sector, economic and welfare measures, information, communications and public awareness, technology and data management, public grievance and strategic issues related to lockdown. These groups have recently been restructured on 10th September based on the need and the evolving scenario. My own ministry is constantly reviewing the evolving scenario. Video conferences are being held with states regularly. We have held 63 video conferences so far with state health ministers, health functionaries and district level officials. The joint monitoring group under the chairmanship of Director General Health Services, which advises the ministry on technical matters, has met 40 times till now to assess the risk review the preparedness and response mechanisms and finalize technical guidelines. Government of India, based on its experience of successfully managing pandemics and epidemics in the past, provided the requisite strategy, plans and procedures to the state governments and UT administrations. This includes containment plans and guidelines on a wide range of subjects related to travel, behavioral, psychosocial health, surveillance, laboratory support, hospital infrastructure, clinical management, rational use of personal protective equipment, PPEs, etc., including inspirational guidance for healthcare personnel. Government of India has also taken several other measures to contain, suppress the transmission of COVID. First travel advisory was issued on 17th January 2020, and as situation evolved, the travel advisories were revised in a graded manner. Universal screening of passengers from all countries was introduced, and up to 23rd March 2020, till suspension of all commercial flights, a total of 14,154 flights with 15,24,266 passengers were screened at the airports. In addition to airports, about 16.31 lakh passengers were screened at land border crossings, and about 86,379 persons were screened at 12 major and 65 minor seaports. Presently, Government of India has advised no scheduled international commercial passenger aircraft be allowed to take off from any foreign airport for any airport in India from March 22, 2020, except under Vande Bharat mission on May 7, 2020, which aims to bring home stranded Indians in many countries due to COVID-19 pandemic. Temporary air travel arrangements, transport bubbles between India and 9 other mutually consenting countries aimed at restarting commercial passenger services have commenced. They are reciprocal in nature, meaning airlines from both countries enjoy similar benefits. Guidelines for international arrivals have also been issued by the Ministry on 24th May 2020, which were revised on 2nd August 2020. Prior to the lockdown 1.0, Government of India evacuated Indian nationals from Wuhan in China, Diamond Princess cruise ship in Japan, from Iran, Italy and Malaysia. Under Vande Bharat mission, as reported on 11th September 2020, a total of 12,69,172 passengers have been brought back to India. Community surveillance was initiated initially for travel-related cases and subsequently for cases being reported from community by Integrated Disease Surveillance Program. As on 11th September 2020, a total of about 40 lakh persons have been kept under surveillance, and extensive contact tracing of all positive cases is regularly being undertaken through disease surveillance network so as to break the chain of transmission. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare released containment plans to contain cluster and large outbreaks on 2nd March and 4th April 2020 respectively, and these plans were updated from time to time. The containment plans envisage a strategy of breaking the chain of transmission by defining containment and buffer zones, applying strict parameter control, intensive active house-to-house
वक्तव्यों को सदन के पटल पर रख दिया मान लिया गया है। सहमत हैं?